If you have low energy as a new mom, this video is for you. Hi there, my name is Lesline and I am your favorite nurse, Yogi. I am a registered nurse with 12 years of healthcare experience, and I'm also a certified yoga instructor with 5 years of teaching experience. So today we are going to get into the 2 foods that I eat every single day, and they're actually supporting characters in today's video. I eat yogurt every single day, and then I also eat fruit every single day. Today, it happens to be grapefruit because I believe where I live in Orlando, Florida, that grapefruit is currently in season. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, make sure you like this video, and comment down below and ask questions or, whatever you would like. The engagement either way is great. So yes, so we are going to be talking about if you have low energy as a new mom, the 2 simple foods I eat daily to feel like myself again. So if you're a new mom and you feel tired, not just physically, but like you're not fully yourself, because spoiler alert, you're never going to be who you were before you became a mom. That is a whole video in itself, but you have to grieve that you are no longer you're not gonna bounce back, because in life we only go forward. I hate to break it to you, but you only go forward. So it's learning how to find that new woman that you are, right? So I also want you to know I understand completely what it's like to feel so tired, so overwhelmed, right? And there are things that you can do. There are things that you do have control of in your home to make you just regain that energy that you truly deserve, right? So let's get into normalizing that your sleep has been interrupted, right? Especially if you are a new mom. So what do I consider a new mom? I consider a new mom like you have this is your first child, right? First child, and it's their first 5 years of life. Specifically the first 2 years is the trenches. So I know what it's like to get that sleep interrupted. And if you are, have the kid in your bed sleeping with you, your sleep is even more interrupted, sending you thoughts and prayers. Our kids did not sleep with us in the bed. They slept in their own room. But so that was even more annoying, right? Because when I hear them cry, I have me or my husband, you tag team and you fake like you sleeping, you know how it goes, like, oh, I'm sleeping. I didn't hear the baby and they got to get up. So that in itself though, because both y'all are awake, so the sleep's interrupted. So that is one reason why you feel tired, right? Feeding schedules. So if you are bottle feeding or breastfeeding, either way, the feeding schedule, especially when you have a newborn, it is changing daily, right? You're like, well, yesterday you were just eating every 2 hours. Now you want to eat every hour because you're growing, right? And then the constant demand on your body. You are so pressed. And I know that sounds bad. It sounds bad what I'm about to say, but you so pressed about your baby. That baby, I know that baby dressed to the nines. They got the little Nikes on. I know, remember the little New Balances, and they dress down. I know your baby is, but you look like, come on, right? And I'm holding your hand. Well, I'm hand sanitizing, and then I might hold your hand with a tissue because I don't know, but that's the nurse in me. But I need you to do better. And the first way you do better is by taking care of your nutrition. And either way, if you're bottle or breastfeeding, you need to be really taking care of your nutrition. And I know if you're breastfeeding, because I did both, if you're breastfeeding, you are like, yes, I'm going to make sure I'm eating the lactation cookies and I'm doing the this and the this so the milk can come in for the baby. But what about you, right? Especially when you are breastfeeding, you are more at risk for getting dehydrated, right? And so you're like, I gotta drink a lot of water. Like these are things but you're not eating. You're typically, and for my bottle feeding mamas, because I did both, you're typically not eating nourishing foods. You're just like so focused on the output for the baby that you forget about the input that you need, right? And so that in itself, like it is a constant demand on the body. So of course you have no energy, right? And that's normal, but it shouldn't be your norm for the whole first year of your kid's life. I truly believe that yes, it's gonna take some adjustment, right? It's a major life transition becoming a new mother. It is, right? But I need you to learn how to take care of yourself now before that kid turns 18, because they do, that this goes quickly. My kids are still really young. Well, they're not as young anymore, but I have a son and a daughter. My son is 7. He's going to be 8 in a couple of months. And my daughter is 6. It's so funny. This is a little tangent. Me and my daughter went shopping because now, she walks and all this, and like, she's potty trained. So I don't have to like worry about carrying stuff. So we can actually just like go out and do stuff. And they were like, "Oh, you're so cute. How old are you?" And she's like, "I'm 5." Y'all, I literally was like, "Yeah, she is 5." Like in my head, but then I was kind of embarrassed to admit that I didn't know my daughter's age, because my kids are 18 months apart. They're what you call Irish twins. They don't look as much alike anymore, but when they were like babies, they looked like twins. Like people would see them in the show and I'm like, "Oh, twins?" And I was like, "No, I just had them back to back." When my son was 9 months, I found out that I was pregnant. Crazy. So with that being said though, I was like, "Yeah, she," and I just kind of like stood there. And then they're like, "Oh, what grade?" And then they're like, "Oh, if you're in kindergarten, then you should be 6." And so I say all that to say, that's just a tangent. But I want you to know too, like when you have all these, even if no matter how many kids you have, like it's valid for you to feel tired, right? Okay. I keep looking down because I have a script, because as you can see, we're going in different stories and stuff. But okay. So let's also get into this part. Energy doesn't come back all at once. It's rebuilt in small, consistent ways. So your energy is not like an overnight thing. You can take pills, you can drink coffee. I drink coffee. Please know that. I'm not here to tell you can't drink coffee, you can't do this. That is not how this is around here. I'm not about depriving you. I'm about fueling you and giving you what your body craves, right? So with the types of foods that I eat, like the yogurt and the grapefruit, these are natural ways to get energy. It's not going to be like that jolt that like an energy drink like a Red Bull will give you, but it's subtle, and this is better for the body. So personal context, oh yeah, so I already shared with you all that I'm a nurse, I'm a mom, and I'm a yoga teacher. So as a nurse, I understand what the body needs. As a mom, I understand what's realistic, because you learn things in school, but then real life, it's like, but how, Sway? How? And even yesterday, for example, I was off from my corporate job because I still work my corporate job. And then I also have my business, which is the Breath Between Wellness Collective, where I show new moms how to put themselves first through yoga, through my 12-week health program. And I'll leave all that information down below if you're ready. Like you're like, "Girl, like this is great information, but I need that extra like accountability." I got you. So like I said, as a mom, I understand what's realistic. And when I became a mom, because I was a nurse before I became a mom, I was like, "Okay, hold up. This is hard. This is hard," right? And I will say this here, I do have my husband who is it's like, why do we have to say this? But he is a very active parent. He is actually the primary parent. I am secondary. He makes sure everything is done. He's great. And I still be tired, okay? So also as someone, okay, now I'm gonna say that. But yeah, I'm not here to overhaul your life or deprive you. I'm here to show you what actually works when you are tired, right? So there are 2 foods that I eat every single day, even on the days I don't have time, like yesterday. And I don't do these because they're trendy. When I tell you these 2 foods I've been eating since I was a child, that's another video because of how I was raised. My dad is very healthy. Also growing up Caribbean, health is just something that we know how to rehabilitate ourselves through foods and herbs and things that come from the earth, right? And I do believe in medicine as well, but I put that there. But these things I'm going to share with you, it's not because they're trendy, but because they support my energy in a real sustainable way. Because I there's this one energy drink. I'm not gonna say the name because like I'm in my content creator era. If you ain't paying me to drop the name in the YouTube video, sorry, but there is a certain energy drink that I tried to drink, and when I tell you I thought I was having palpitations, I thought that I needed to be connected to an EKG. I thought I was having a little AFib something. I was like, and I just felt like, like that's the best I can explain it. And I was like, I don't like this. Like, I don't like it at all. And so with that being said, oh, actually I have a third thing. Well, anyways, besides the two foods, I also like when I have that 3 p.m. slump because I work the people's job. There's this oh my gosh, y'all, what is it called? It is, I'm gonna share you right now. This is real time because oh my god, what is this supplement? It is a supplement that I actually really like, and I see it in my head. We are going to find it. History. Where my Amazon history? Oh my gosh. What is it called? Hold on. Fruit punch. Oh my gosh. Is it gonna come up? Here we go. Zip Fizz. Okay, thank God I just put that. Zip Fizz. This is what it looks like, y'all. I want to show you. Hopefully you can see it. That one. They're not paying me yet, but I will put that up because this, I asked my husband actually, I was like, I don't like that energy drink that everybody and their mama drinking, but I need something because 3 p.m. is really, really, like 3 to 7 p.m. my energy is very, very low. And it's almost 3 p.m. now. It's 2:11 and I'm on my lunch break. But Zip Fizz, it has a bunch of B vitamins in it. And it's so good. I like the fruit punch flavor. So I will try my best to leave that link down below as well. But okay, that was a little bit of a tangent. But if you are somebody that's like, you like beverages and things like that, I highly recommend. It's a natural type of energy. Okay, so fruit. Fruit is one of the easiest ways to support your energy. The reason being, it has natural sugar, which is fast energy, right? Hydration. So hydration supports your fatigue. So if you are tired, like going back to if you're a breastfeeding mom, you're probably drinking so much water. You're like, why am I still thirsty? Right? So it could be like you need to get your fluid from different things. Fruit can be one of those things. Vitamins. There is vitamins in this grapefruit, right? That help support recovery. So if you are breastfeeding or you just gave birth, you're in a recovery, right? And I will never forget when I had 2 C-sections and the midwife was like, you giving birth, like she's like, even though you didn't vaginally give birth, you still went through something very traumatic. They cut you open and you have to think the same way that if, like, God forbid somebody gets in a car accident, they have to go to physical therapy. You need to go to physical therapy after giving birth. And so I did do physical therapy, specifically pelvic rehabilitation for my pelvic floor, because even though I did not push my kids out, they were in my belly, in my uterus for 9+ months, right? Technically 10. Those kids stayed for 42, almost 42 weeks. Both of them. When I tell you, I didn't have twins, but the pregnancy was the same. Like my water broke. It was green. They pooped in me. Both of them did that. It was wild. But anyways, so because of the weight of them being in my belly, in my uterus, it weighs down on your pelvic floor. Your pelvic floor weakens, right? And so you have to rehab that C-section or vaginal. You need to get physical therapy as a new mom. When I tell you it's nice and tight down there, okay. So I was so grateful for the care team I had pregnant when I was pregnant. We're talking about fruit though, right? So when your body is depleted, it doesn't need restriction. It needs support. And that's something too. It's like, I feel like just as a woman in general, how society with diet culture and those type of things, it's like, oh, you can't eat this and you got to do it this way and da-da-da. But it's like, Can we just listen to like intuitively like what your body is craving? What does it need to feel supported? And then also the reason fruit is just I like to eat fruit. It's convenient. You can just throw this grapefruit if you wanted to in your bag, right? Put it on ice if you live somewhere like hot like Florida. But you don't need prep. Like and you don't need time. Like you honestly can just peel this grapefruit. I am being a little extra and fancy, y'all. I recently let me put y'all on my chest. I recently discovered oh, okay, hold on. It's not windy in here. I recently discovered a grapefruit spoon. So you see, it's a grapefruit spoon because the edges are serrated. And this has changed how I eat grapefruit. So it cuts the grapefruit and you then take it out. It just makes it easier. I'm not going to do this on camera. It's still kind of messy. But before I used, like when I was a kid, I would just eat the grapefruit, right? And then let me know if y'all would put sugar. My parents would put sugar on it. Shouldn't do that. But just because it's like really tangy. So I don't know. The sugar like makes it less tangy. But okay, so that's fruit, right? So now did we talk about, oh, we didn't talk about yogurt. Hold on. Oh, okay. So let me know like what's one fruit you already like that you could start keeping within reach. So that's so important. And in my 12-week health program, I share with you like how to like meal prep and like do these type of routines so that you already have these nutritious foods in your home, because that's half the battle. If you do not have fruits and vegetables, like fresh fruits and fresh vegetables in your house, it's going to be a lose-lose situation, right? So just think of a fruit you already like. Like I said earlier, it is best to eat a fruit that is in season. The reason being is because these fruits are it's more nutritious, because that's the season it's supposed to be like sprung, if you will. Okay. So, and you could just Google that and you can print out a calendar if you want. Like I forget what website does it, but they have a whole calendar that will show you. I'm trying to do side part now, so just bear with me. That shows you every month, like what fruits and vegetables are in season. So the second thing I eat every day is yogurt. And this was the example I wanted to give. Yesterday I was off and from my corporate job and I was recording content for an event. Me and my friend are co-hosting. We're doing a mompreneur brunch in downtown Orlando. And you know, you get caught up. So like on the way, I like packed some French toast sticks. Like I literally had a plate with my syrup and I was eating that in the car, and they're like high protein French toast sticks. So I was eating that, right? Yes, that's a lot of sugar, but I'm just telling you that's what I was eating because I was like, I need to eat something. But I did pack my fruit, my grapefruit, and I packed my yogurt because I was like, I'm gonna pack that so if I have time, I'll eat it. We ended up getting lunch, you know how it goes. But when I got home, I was about to eat a piece of cake. I'm being really real with y'all. My husband, he bought it for me. So I was about to eat a piece of cake, funfetti specifically from Publix. And I was like, before I eat this cake, I always question, like, before I'm gonna feel guilty about eating the cake, I'm like, did I eat fruit? Did I eat my probiotic, right? Oh, I didn't take my vitamins. I need to take my vitamins. I take the Ollie multivitamins at this time. And so as I was about to eat that cake, I was like, let me do this first. Or I think it was about before dinner. That's what it was. It was before I ate my dinner. I was like, I need to eat my probiotic and my fruit. And so I did. So like, I didn't get to that till the end of the day, right? So the reason yogurt is great for you, and the brand that I personally like, because there is some other brands that are kind of under the radar right now, the one I eat is Fage, Fage, specifically the blue one, which has fat, because I believe, and it's not even believe, one of the macronutrients that people do not talk about enough, because everybody's like trying to lose weight, is fat. You need healthy fats to help support your bones, to help support your muscles, right? To help support your heart, which is a muscle. Like, you need healthy fats. So one way I get that is through this yogurt. So this yogurt not only has fats from the milk, it also has probiotics. I remember when I first worked in the hospital as a nurse, This was like 11 years ago, which is crazy. This was a decade ago. Probiotics was like it was becoming a thing in the hospital, because what was happening is that a lot of patients were getting infections, right? If that be a wound ulcer, or they amputation, and it was getting infected, and then they're being put on antibiotics, but then they're being non-compliant once we discharge them, and then they come right back within 30 days, and we put them on antibiotics again, but then they become antibiotic resistant, right? And so all these things start happening. And what happens is, because an antibiotic kills all your bacteria, good and bad, what ends up happening is the patient has no flora in their stomach, and then they're at risk for developing Clostridium difficile, C. diff, which smells really gross. Every time I say it, it like triggers something. But what I'm getting at is this. I remember like the doctors were like, make sure the patient takes a probiotic, lactobacillus. Like we would give them a capsule. I remember it to this day. We would give them a capsule at least once a day. They had to take a probiotic to counteract what the antibiotic is doing, to replace the good bacteria. So everything is going to clear from the antibiotic, but then the probiotic replaces the good bacteria in your stomach. Okay. And that's really important for things such as your stomach health, for digestion, and also studies are now sharing for your mental health. Isn't that crazy? Okay. So also but yogurt helps with, is protein. This has about 14, it doesn't have as much protein as other yogurts, but those other yogurts, and I'm going to say this too, and we go in this in my health program, but what are you focusing on this at this time, right? Per your doctor's recommendations, because you should be following up with your doctor, especially if you're a new mom, you should be following up with your doctor. You did your 6-week checkup, right? And then you need to be following up with your doctor, maybe a few months after that. Like a couple times a year, you should be seeing your doctor within that first year, because there's a lot of hormonal shifts, changes that are happening after you had a baby, right? So what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on your protein? Are you focusing on fats? Are you focusing on maybe losing, whatever it is? First, figure that out, because don't just look what people are saying online. Right now, protein is taking the internet by a storm, to the point where you be seeing like in Starbucks and stuff, they got protein coffee. It's like, come on, get your protein from things that like naturally have it, is what I'm getting at, right? So yeah, yogurt helps with your gut health. It's connected to mood and mental clarity. Okay. So let's wrap this up. Most days, like I eat these together. It's actually really good eating the yogurt with the grapefruit. I'm not a chef, but it's a really nice texture that I personally like. I know some people don't like yogurt for texture reasons. So if that is I do suggest you take it in pill form, the probiotic. And then, this is not no meal plan today. This is support. There's no such thing as perfection over here. No pressure, no tracking. It's something you can do even when your baby's in your arms. So literally, I just want you to ask yourself every day, did I eat my fruit? Did I eat my probiotic? Those two things. If you can do that for for just today, you're winning. You're winning, okay? So a lot of new moms, they think they need more time, more structure, more discipline, but often you just need more support in small, consistent ways. Because you notice, and I was about to be like, oh, if you can do this for 7, no, I'm meeting you where you're at and saying just today, ask yourself, did I eat my fruit? Did I eat my probiotic? All right. So just, to close, I do go more deeper. Like I give you meal plan, I give you accountability, I give you all of this in my 12-week health program, which will be down below. But I don't just give you what to eat, but how to support your energy, your nervous system, and your identity as you adjust to motherhood, because it is not just about food. It really isn't. It's about learning how to take care of yourself in a season where everything is asking for you. Okay, so, and I know the question is always, when do I have the time? Like I'm trying to figure out my baby's schedule. How am I supposed to figure out my schedule? I know. And I want you to know I see you. Just take it one day at a time. So as I'm going to close with one more question. I know I'm like, blah, blah, blah. But what's one small way you can support your energy today? So, what is one small way you can support your energy today? And this concludes today's video. This is going to be day 44 of 100 days straight on YouTube, y'all. 44 out of 100 days. We're almost halfway there and I'm on my way. Feel it. I'm super, super proud of myself for providing these resources for you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye for now.